channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. As usual, there will be timestamps listed down below so you can jump around, and if you like what you see, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and thumbs this video up. I do try to post 7 days a week, sometimes a couple of times a day, and you just never know, so you don't want to miss out on all of the content, new releases, all of the fun that we have, all of the interaction that happens, all of the friendships that get made. So just, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and you're golden. Alright, now that that's all out of the way, this video shout out goes to Kett. I could not help but give you a shout out. I'm not 100% sure if I gave you one before because your name does seem familiar. So I don't know if I've meant to give you one or have given you one and it's just been so long because it's hard. It's hard. I don't write down everybody's names. I just do it off of memory with who I've given shout outs to, and then people change their screen names and even little tweaks, and then I'm like, damn, is that the same person? Because Yvette says that all the time to me, and I'm like, I know it's Yvette, but she's always changing her last name on me. But Kett, yay to being Australian and marrying a Canadian. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I think that is so cool. So now you guys both have accents with each other. That must be really interesting hearing, like, I love Australian accents. I think that they are so beautiful, and so I'm sure that your man, well, I'm assuming Kett's living with, you must be a girl, so, well, I guess married to a Canadian. I mean, you could be married to a woman because Canada's awesome. So, well, whoever you are married to, what is the Canadian accent like? I'm very curious because there are very broad ends of the spectrum for the Canadian accent being either really heavy and, oh my goodness, the O's and the A's, like how people, like, I've noticed that people cannot finish a sentence without A so often. My dad is so bad. I dropped A when I started traveling with my parents, like really traveling with them when I was 16 years old. And that's when I started noticing how much my family said A. And then when I got back to my hometown, I'm like, holy crap, everybody says A. It's just like, the weather's nice out, A. How are you doing today, A? And it was like every sentence had to end with A, no matter what it was. So when I was 16, I like taught myself how to turn it off, and I refused to say A. Because I'm like, it's just awful. I also cannot stand in America. So it's not just Canada, and I'm Canadian, and I love being Canadian, but I can't stand A. And I'm married to an American, and I'm living in America, and my hubby says 100 times a day. My stepgirls say 1,000 times a day, and drives me mental, and A drives me mental, and they're really the equivalent, just different countries. And I think Australia has a version of A, but you guys use it, like, you don't abuse it, so it's not bad. So I just wonder how that whole clashing works, that you have, you're Australian, married to a Canadian, living in America with American children. Like, do your kids have an awesome accent? Because I had a crazy accent when I was little, because my mom is from the Czech Republic, but she moved when she was 22, and she was taught how to speak English from a variety of people who had heavy accents. One was German, one was a French person, one was Dutch, and oh, what was the other one? It was a few different people with like strong accents that were their main language, and English was their second language. So my mom had her Czech accent on the English language, plus all of those other accents brought into her words because of how she was taught to say the words. And so I was having a hard time speaking English initially with pronunciation, with how I would say three or tree, like little things like that. And I can't hear my mom's accent. And everybody tells me that they have always had such a hard time understanding her when they first meet her because of it. And my dad doesn't have an accent because he moved from Germany when he was 3, but my grandpa is hardcore German accent because he's like, you know, off the boat from Germany. Like, he's born and raised and fought in the war in like Germany. So it's so interesting knowing how we're all so connected, how we're global, all of the different accents, how we all mesh together. My husband, it was from Britain, so he had a British accent until he was 12, and then he learned how to drop his accent to mesh with America, and I wish he would have held on to his British accent, and he didn't. So that's why I just thought it was so cool when you shared that information with me, because I just love knowing where everybody's from, and I think it's just so cool, and just seeing how everything is. And Kurt's dad is still has his British accent, so it's just, I love it. I love it. It's awesome. And Canada, you have really strong accents that almost resemble Boston, but harsher when you're really East Coast Canada. So there is just like a huge range. It's crazy. And then I also really appreciate you with your comment, with your 100% agreeing with me on the dishonesty on the other stuff that we won't get into on this, because I really had fun chatting with you the last 8 minutes on everything else other than that. But I do appreciate you letting me know that you agree with me on the other stuff too. But this was way more fun than getting into that stuff. So now that we have chatted a whole lot, I missed you guys, so I'm just chat. All right, now this video is on, I did show you guys this back in like December, I want to say, the Chanel Illuminating Powder, and I opened it and everything, but I never put it to the test. It's another highlighter that I found in my stash because I really want to do collection videos for you guys with all of my high-end highlights, drugstore highlights, foundations, primers, blushes, bronzers, all of that, and it was still in its box. So I tested this baby out today, and oh my god, Chanel has brought it. It is so pretty. Excuse me. I feel like, okay, the foundation I'm wearing is horrific. I hate it. I did a video on it. It is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-hour wear foundation. It's going back to Sephora. It's awful. I won't bore you with that because it's in another video, but just ignore the skin. It's driving me mental and I need to wash my face. But this highlight was so in your face. I couldn't believe it was Chanel. Like, it was boom. Wait until you see the application because it's nuts. But I think that the foundation messed with it and kind of wore it down because the foundation is really crappy. So I'm going to use this again and see how long it lasts, because maybe it really just isn't that long lasting. I've had my makeup on for now just over 8 hours, so I don't know if the highlight just isn't a long-lasting highlight, because you guys are going to see in the demo, this was like as if I had sun on my cheek. It was just blinding. I mean, right now it has settled down and it is still a beautiful glow, but I'm talking blinding glow. So right now, I don't know if this doesn't last more than 8 hours. It does, if it fades, or if it was the foundation, because the foundation was so horrific. Now, I did forget to tell you guys, we get 10 grams or 0.35 ounces, but I did buy this months ago and I can't remember how much it was. I got it off of Neiman Marcus's website. You can always buy from Chanel directly, but Neiman Marcus has Ebates. And so same with Saks, because Saks carries Chanel Beauty and they have Ebates as well. Chanel directly does not have Ebates, but you can't ever get the limited edition Chanel highlights that come out for the holidays and that kind of stuff from Neiman's or Saks. You have to go to Chanel directly. So Le Signe du Lion, the two highlights that I picked up, these ones were limited edition for the holidays, and I mean, just beautiful. And I did put those ones to the test for you guys in previous videos. I do have a highlighting playlist, a foundation playlist, a bronzer playlist. There's so many playlists, tutorial playlists. There's a lot, in case you guys didn't know, there's so many playlists, so you guys can always go check those out too. So this is in their stereotypical packaging, which leads me to believe it is not limited edition, but I don't know for sure. But since it's in their classic black and white, as is their eyeshadows when you buy them in singles, their bronzer when you buy it, all of their makeup that is standard comes in this packaging, and it is like they're in their makeup line. It's not here for a limited time. I'm losing my mind. I'm really tired. It's been a long day. So I think you can still get your hands on this, and it is really beautiful. And Dina is gonna hate me because I know she bought the Lion after I demoed it, and you're gonna love this one too, Dina. And it's Chanel, and you need to have it in your collection. I'm just saying. You better get on it, Dina. It looks like this. And I love you. So if you guys want to see a swatch on my hand, which was instantly breathtaking, and then of course the demo, which was like other level breathtaking, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I know I showed you guys the Chanel highlighter when I hauled it, oh my gosh, I want to say December, and we still haven't put this one to the test. Oh, hello, what's wrong with me? I don't know. I keep finding highlighters that I have purchased and want to put to the test, like the Marc Jacobs one that turned out to be, this is like one of my favorite, if not my favorite cream highlight of all time. This even beats the Hourglass cream highlights. So I found this one and I was like, okay, it's time to test it out. Oh, and now I just realized I'm gonna be redundant. My lips, not quite 3 weeks into my recovery yet, so if anybody is newly tuning in, it takes 6 weeks for a lip augmentation to fully form and become one with your lips. So they are still swollen and bigger than they will be. They're gonna settle down a lot more over the next 3 weeks. I just don't want to take more time off from filming, so I'm just gonna have big lips over the next 3 weeks of videos. So that's all, and I'm gonna be saying that in every video. So my fawns, I'm so sorry for the redundancy, but for new fawns that are tuning in or just new viewers that are tuning in, I don't want people to start like going on this hate train about my lips or something, even though it could happen. So anyway, this is the Illuminating powder by Chanel. This one I purchased off of Neiman Marcus, right? Or was it Saks? I don't, and what's falling? I can't remember. Neiman, it was either Neiman or Saks, but I want to say it was Neiman Marcus. And it's made in Italy, so it's super fancy pants, and that's about it. So I can't remember, it's been a while, but I know we opened it and looked at it and just decided to go with a different highlight that day. So of course Chanel comes in a dust bag, even for makeup. And then nice classic Chanel black and white. If I could open it at the right end. Ooh, that's a nice big mirror. I like that. The handle's actually like an ergonomically friendly handle because it dips in right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So to like hold it, this would actually highlight really, really nicely. Okay, I don't want to lose that. I want that to stay in my compact. Whoa! And then I drop the protective layer. So here's what she looks like. Oh my gosh, that is so blinding in the most beautiful way possible. And it's creamy. This is gonna be like a beautiful shampoo. I have foundation still on my hands. Okay, we'll avoid that. Oh, yes. Look at how pretty that is. I love it. All right, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I need that on my face immediately, all over the place, amped up, just give it to me. I'm gonna pick up the cap for it and zoom you guys in, and then we're gonna get to playing with makeup. All right, taking my Ray Morris Deluxe Kabuki #1 brush, which you can get off of Beautylish. We're gonna swirl her around, and we're not afraid of highlight, so we don't tap it off here, and boom. Wow, that is pretty. Oh. There we go. You kind of have to scratch it to get it really moving. Oh my gosh. Highlight is just... I don't know how I ever went without highlight in my life. Even when I was like 6 years old. How did I live without highlight? I don't know. I don't know. It's the, like, look at that. It's the best part of makeup. I'm filming my everyday eye look. I go between two when I'm feeling like a purple eye. I have like 2 different eye looks. This is one of my everyday eye looks, and then I do a brown, golden other eye look that I go to every day. Just kind of depends on what I'll be wearing, what my mood is. So I'm giving you guys my go-tos. That's kind of what I thought of filming for a couple of videos instead of new products, just so you guys know what my go-tos are on top of just doing new reviews as well. And so this is like my go-to eye look, but I did a nude foundation. Like, I'm playing with the base today and testing out new products, even though I'm giving you my eye look. And oh, this is making mama happy. And this one I don't believe was limited edition either. I'm pretty sure this one, with Chanel, you never know. A lot of products end up getting discontinued because they're out for a limited time. But it's not like these guys were limited edition. The Le Signe du Lion, those were limited edition. This guy was not. So this could still be on the website. Alright, so here is this baby not amped up. I didn't know that Chanel really had that kind of a bang in their makeup. Who knew? And we haven't even done the spotlight yet. I'm excited. Alright, so taking my Sigma strobing fan F42, gonna get in there, and here's just strobing, a little spotlight. It's just so satisfying. Literally like a sun is beaming right there. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Wow, you guys, somehow my outro did not record, or I didn't do one. I really honestly cannot remember. It has been a minute because I recorded this one, I don't know, a week ago now, and there's just no outro footage. This was my first day back at filming after being off for 3 weeks, and I had a really long day of just trying to catch up like crazy. So I'm really sorry for this, you know, shoddy outro. But the highlight is amazing and it's so beautiful, and I really highly recommend it if you guys can get in store and swatch it, play with it, see it for yourselves, because it really is such an elegant and classic highlight that will be so beautiful and complimentary on so many skin types. So that does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Kisses! Mwah!